Yes, people, man, what's going on, man? Listen, we're finally here. We're finally here every week. Hey, Don, what's your YouTube? Hey, Don, what's taking so long? It's been under construction for a minute, man, but we're finally here. And I wish I made YouTube in better circumstances, man, because honestly, my club's been in the mud for about 18 months. Yeah, I've been stressed out for months. I've been catfished by this manager. Some of these players in front of goal, I thought it'll be better than this. Today we won, but I'm still gonna find myself speaking about the same problems. We're gonna get into it, innit? But first of all, obviously smash the likes. Let me know in the comments your thoughts and let me know what you think of what I've got to say. Obviously, our next video that I'll put up, I'll answer some of the questions that you lot have. But honestly, bro, today I'm still not happy with that performance. I know we got the 3 points, but these are the sort of performances that just aren't sustainable. Yeah, this is why we end up going to Newcastle away, losing the way we did. This is why we ended up going to United away, losing the way that we did. If you're performing like this, these performances will forever catch up with you. Yeah, forever catch up with you. But let's quickly go through it. I had to take a few notes because obviously I wanted to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Yeah, but listen, in that first half, I thought I was moving the ball quite quickly for the first 5-10 minutes or so. After that, you know, it was kind of a game of ping pong. They had the ball, we had the ball. We weren't really controlling the ball much in the midfield. I think Enzo was really poor on the ball, in my opinion. Caicedo, apart from breaking up play, I didn't really see him having much of an effect on the ball, to be honest with you. And then you had Gallagher playing on the left, which I didn't really understand. You know, Sterling was down the middle. Gallagher's on the left. I'm looking at it like, yo, what's going on here? We need control in the midfield, and we've got Conor Gallagher on the left. That's clearly, obviously, coming from Pochettino. You know, it was, like I said, it was a game of ping pong. And in that first half, individual brilliance is what saved this guy. That right-hand side, Cole Palmer and Gusto. How many times am I going to talk about Cole Palmer saving us? How many times is Gusto going to keep performing like this? You know what I mean? On that right-hand side, they were cooking Gordon, bro. Gordon had to go to the right. Actually, he had to go to the right-hand side because he just couldn't handle it. Couldn't handle it up against Gusto. Then he ended up getting injured. Do you know what I'm saying? But for me, honestly, that first half, it was flat. I wasn't really seeing much patterns. Again, individual brilliance. I thought Jackson was good with his link-up play. I thought he was really good for that first goal. A lot of people like to get onto Jackson and bully Jackson. But for me, listen, I don't think this guy's the finished article, and I think he's got a long way to go. But there's definitely a player in there, innit? It's not his fault that he got brought in and we're having to depend on him. That's the owners for not going to buy a striker. But for me, when I look at Jackson, he's not a bad player. He's a good player, and he's definitely important in how we play. If you remember when he went to AFCON and we had Broja up top and Cole Palmer playing as a 9, I've never seen us play that badly. I know we've been bad for a couple weeks, couple months. That was probably the worst period in terms of our performances because we were missing him. You know, Broja, his knees are cheese strings now, finished. You know, he can't even get any minutes over there at Fulham. And then Cole Palmer, for me, is not a 9. He's not comfortable there. Do you know what I'm saying? So Jackson, again today, another good game, man. Honestly, another good game. I thought we had a good shape off the ball in parts in that first half, but playing at home against this Newcastle side, we should have been dominating that ball. You know, at the start of the season, we were leaving games having more possession. Now we can't get our foot on the ball. And I'm not saying that was all on Poch today because I think Enzo was poor, like I said, in possession. And Caicedo, again, he was just average in that first half, you know? But how many times, man? How many times are we going to mess up individually at the back? Starting off from Enzo Fernandez. Why are you clearing it across goal? They teach you from young. You never play it across goal like that, bro. You clear it wide because if you lose the ball wide, it's a lot easier to recover. When you lose the ball centrally like that, that's what happens. Gusto making an abysmal mistake, and then Chalobah just to finish it off, and then Isak, great finish. But if Enzo just clears the ball wide or clears it up, we're not going to put ourselves in that position. And this is what these players keep doing. They keep putting themselves in positions where they're not comfortable, and they end up messing up. The amount of times today I'm seeing the ball getting whipped to the back post. I don't know what type of training we do when it comes to a back post, but we are terrible at defending from the back post. The amount of games this season, I can think of Brentford at home, when they scored from the back post. Brentford, even the other week, last week, near the back post. Mistake after mistake. So what sort of coaching are these guys getting? Because I feel like they've got no awareness to the back post. They like to just leave it clear and just say, yeah, go on. If you want a chance, go on. You shoot. If you want a chance, you go on. You take your chance as well. You know what I'm saying? It's not good enough. It's not good enough. And in that second, and then, you know, finishing off that first half, I'm thinking, yo, Chelsea have had problems when it comes to the second half, yeah, in terms of, you know, performing better than what we did in the first half. To be honest, I did see slight improvements. Enzo was a little bit better on the ball, but the shape in itself still wasn't good enough. I'm still seeing Gallagher on the left, and we're just not getting much control on the ball. Sterling, get this guy out of here, man. Honestly, get this guy out of here, because end of the day, this guy's 29, earning 325k a week. How many more times is a guy going to be in front of goal? He could just pass it to the player next to him, and he decides to just run, or he shoots about 10, 20 seconds late. How many more times? And this is the guy that's been in the Prem now nearly a decade, bro. Nearly a decade. I can't disrespect his career, but what he's doing right now, he's been detrimental to the team. And this is why, for me, now, the end of the season, Mudryk has to start every single game now. He has to start, because he's actually got a future at the club. And I think Sterling, we're going to cash in on him in the summer. I highly doubt Sterling will be here next season. He's just collecting a wage right now. He's comfortable in London. You know, thanks for the goals, thanks for the assist this season. But it's time to go. It's really time to go. You know what I'm saying? So for me, he wasn't good. But today, like I said, overall, the shape was a bit of a mess. We didn't get control on the ball, like I said. It was all down to individual brilliance, man. Palmer, again, how many times? Man of the match performance from him. Gusto, again, like I said, he played very well. And then you had Mudryk came on for 10, 15 minutes towards the end. And he did more in 10, 15 minutes than what Sterling's done in the past few weeks. I won't be surprised if he doesn't start against Leicester on Sunday, because that's what Poch does. He sees Mudryk score a goal. He sees Mudryk come on and play well, and he decides not to start him the next game. Time and time again. Time and time again. You know? For me, if you don't think there's a player in Mudryk, you've clearly got an agenda. Right? I'm not saying he's world class. I'm not saying he's the finished article. All I'm saying is, from the little bits that I've seen of him, when he plays well, I'm like, yo, there's a player in there. And there's other times I look at him, and it's grenade football. The ball just blows up at his feet. He doesn't know what he's doing. But I believe if we get a competent manager, a good coach, someone that actually wants to nurture him and work with him and give him time of day, I think you're going to see, you know, Mudryk start to develop in the league. I know guys will talk about his age and whatnot, but bro, before he came into the Prem, the guy barely even had 50 appearances playing professional football. And this is in the Ukrainian league. And he went on loan twice when he was there as well. Do you know what I'm saying? So he is our problem at the end of the day. And he's not going to get better until you keep playing him. That was a very, very good goal. Yeah. To drive past man like that in tight spaces and to have the composure to go around the keeper and finish it, that is not easy to do. And you're up against some 6'2", 6'3" defenders. That is really not easy to do. So Mudryk, big yourself up, and hopefully now Pochettino's seen the light between him and Sterling, and he will continue getting more game time and more game time and more game time. We've only got 9 games left. Do you know what I'm saying? But end of the day, like I said, I'm still not happy with his performance, man. This manager's got to go. I'm still not seeing no style of play. I'm not seeing no consistent patterns. We had a balanced lineup today, but it just looks like a bunch of individuals playing together, and then individual brilliance will bail us out. If we didn't have Cole Palmer today, we lose that game. You know what I'm saying? And that's not good enough, because that team out there was good enough to do more than what we did today. You know, we wasn't really peppering their goal, in all honesty. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still not happy with it. So, yeah, man, that's how I feel. But end of the day, we'll see how we get on against Leicester, innit? Right now, every time I speak about Chelsea, bro, I'm just depressed. Literally, I'm just depressed. I've been stuck on this roundabout now for about 18 months. I can't believe what's going on right now. I really can't. And I'm going to release a longer video where I'm speaking about, you know, a lot of the problems going on from top to bottom right now and how we can hopefully rectify mistakes. I don't think it's too late to rectify mistakes, in my opinion. I think we've got some quality in this team. I think we've had a lot of key players that have been out with injuries and whatnot. Obviously, Man United have had injuries, Newcastle have had injuries. I'm not saying that's an excuse, because for me, I still think we've had more than enough to win more games this season. But this manager's just been doing some crazy stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? But again, there is light at the end of the tunnel. They can't keep buying young raw players like Mudryk. If you're gonna go buy young players, please go get me guys like, you know, Cole Palmer, guys like Gusto, guys like Petrovic. You know, these guys that are ready to play in the Prem, even though they're young, and you add some experience to that. Don't bring me guys like Mudryk and Mudryk. We've got to do a lot of work, because we're not a club to be doing all this work for these players. Leave that to the Bournemouths and the West Hams and teams like that. You know what I mean? That's the sort of young talent I want. I want polished young players in the team. No more young players we've never heard of that are just, you know, so raw. That's not good enough for us right now. You know what I mean? But anyway, people, like I said, smash the likes. See, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'll definitely be releasing another video Most likely tomorrow or the day after. I don't know. I need to work it out. I need to work it out, innit? I need to work it out. But I'll be speaking about a lot of the things, man. But today, performance, just about good enough. Like I said, individual brilliance. But it's still potch out, man. But in a bit, people. Love.